Hey man, just giving you a quick call. I just wanted to let you know that you are so close, dude. You're so much closer than you think. A lot of these big goals that we've had and these big aspirations, they're right around the corner for you, dude. So you just cannot give up. So stoked for you to see this. P.S. We bought a Lambo. So keep going, bro. We'll talk soon. Peace.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Bryson. This is the Bryson Everyday Project Podcast. This podcast is a little bit different than other ones out there. Here, I only focus on documentation. I don't focus on quality or being professional or being entertaining. If that sounds like something you're interested in, I'd love for you to stick around and give the show a listen. You can also follow me on Instagram at BRQUSE. Thank you so much. Here's the show. Howdy. What's up? Today is November 4th. 2025, 5:31 p.m. I'm in the middle of updating things in Notion and getting the client check-ins, KPIs reports a little bit buffed up and nicer. And I'm using Notion AI, so I'm waiting for it to finish its shit. And rather than waiting to do the podcast till right before bed, which is always not good. I never like that, ever. I never want to do that. I'm doing it now. So one thing that I've noticed about myself is that when it comes to doing these repetitive tasks, these very tedious tasks where it's just shit that is just so goddamn unpreferred, non-preferred, whatever, I really struggle. I really struggle with procrastination. I really struggle with staying it's so hard for me, I've noticed. I got a rough start this morning. No reason, I just didn't want to do the stuff, and so I kind of just sat here and scrolled social media for a lot longer than I'd like to admit, and I feel like shit. I feel horrible when I do that. Internally, mentally, physically, I just feel gross. I feel, what the fuck am I doing? And I'm just so sick of feeling that way. You know, I hate when my own bullshit gets in the way of what I'm trying to do. It's one of the most frustrating things ever. It's so funny because in the moment, in the exact moment, it feels fine because you're delaying what you got to do. But then when you snap out of it and you realize that you are just delaying what you have to do anyway, it just fucking sucks. That it's just, I feel disgusting. I feel like a piece of shit human being. I don't feel like a man at all. So it's one thing that I am going to work extra on to tackle. So anyway, there's that. What I've been doing is just recording videos, going over every single part of the entire system in somewhat detail, just so that moving forward, if anybody has a question, they can watch the video and hopefully get their questions answered there, just to provide the extra little bit of service and help, right? I also had the idea of when I record and finish all these videos, put it in one big page and then use that page as a link in my bio for Instagram, so somebody can click on that and see a live demo of every single thing in somewhat detail of everything that I have that I've built. And I don't know. I'm really lost with that. I'm not sure the best way to go about the demos like that. The demos will be sales calls, and so I need to make a presentation, almost like a slide deck that goes over everything. And I think that would be the best course of action. I think I could do a lot with that, and it would be much faster. And then, obviously, if it's a slide deck, there's nothing that I can show live. But if they have questions, then I'll open it up live and address them there. And I think that might be the best course of action, given the fact that the first call that I had was absolutely dog shit. And the more that I think about it, the more that I laugh. And, you know, in some way, I'm glad that it was so shit. I'm just so bummed that I didn't get it on audio recording, because he really hung up like that. He really said, "All right, nice meeting you." And before I could say, "Hey, you too," he left the call. And he has not responded to any of my texts I've sent to, but it's whatever. It's a learning experience. Move on. Can't dwell on it too long. But it was so ass. And I didn't capture it. That sucks, dude. The first one for this. That sucks. But whatever. So yeah, I'm recording all these videos, and there's just so many. They all start off like this.
Welcome to the financials KPIs reports. This is one that does go out weekly. There are only 3 that go out monthly at the time of this recording.
And this one was 5 minutes, 40 seconds long. And I've recorded, I think, 50 between yesterday and today. I thought for sure I'd finish today, but it's brutal for me. For me, in this task, and when it's so hard for me. Sounds easy. I mean, just sit here and record a tutorial on the shit that I built, that I'm passionate about, that I'm obsessed with. You'd think that would be a goddamn cakewalk, but for me, it's just been a very difficult thing to try to stay focused and whatever. So that's what I've been doing. Now, the amount of videos that I have left to record, I can count really quick. I have left 36 to go. Now, I'll probably finish about 10 or 15 more tonight, and then tomorrow I will finish it up. And the thing that makes me feel a little bit better about everything is that I put a due date for all these to be on November 5th. So today is November 4th, and it was a soft deadline. I literally wrote soft deadline, and soft deadline means due date is expected, but if it's past this, it's fine. A hard deadline is must get done by this due date, no exceptions. So that's a good feeling, knowing that I said I wanted to get this done by this day, and it is going to get done by this day. That's a good feeling. But oh my hell, I hate it. I just want to be done with this part so I can get on to other things. This is just one of those little grind phases, And one thing that is great is that as I go through and record these, I just catch a lot of things that are not correct, which is kind of scary because it makes me think, holy shit, there's so much that's just not right. It's not right as in it's broken or the client would be pissed. It's just I notice certain things, typos here, a chart that doesn't display the correct line or whatever, and I fix it. And it's allowed me to polish things up, and I've learned my system even more than I thought I knew it, which is great. So, but goddamn, it's tough. I just want to move on from this and get on to other things. There's a whole world out there of people I could sell this to. There's a whole world. The people that I'm following on Instagram, I would like to believe, because I followed maybe 20 more people today. I was taking a shit, so I thought, I may as well just use this time productively. And I'm just on social trying to find this, but I followed, looks like about 20 more people. Now, all the people that I'm following, I would say at least 70% of them could benefit from what I have to offer, at least. Now, looks can be deceiving. They might not have a full thing. They might not even be coaches, but the people that I'm following. So I'm just going to click following and click a random person that I followed. So we have Mark Van Pelt, genetic-based transformation coach, awarded best genetic-based coaching in 2025. I don't know how the fuck you got that, bro, but we help men and women lose 20 to 50 pounds, genetic-based programs, but for you, apply now. If I click on his client wins thing, he might be a relatively new coach, so maybe not him. So bad example. Let's click the next guy. Next guy, Coda Kamer. 118,000 followers. I help you achieve your dream body without sacrifices. DM coach for one-on-one coaching. I know for a fact that this guy probably is banging with a lot of clients, and I know he could benefit from what I have. So with that in mind, if I've got 70 clients, or if I've got 70 people that I'm following, and you multiply that by 5, I've got $350,000 sitting on my Instagram account right now, because those are all people that I could absolutely sell this to and help. When I think about it like that, it's like, okay, I just need to get this shit, everything done so that I can bundle it up and just fucking sell it. Get the feedback, get all that shit, and then just improve from there, And if that means I have lower prices up front and lower recurring or whatever, just to get this out there, then so be it. The way that Andrew reacted when I presented the prices was he saw the recurring, and I think that was scary. And he was looking at the basic, which is, I guess, the lowest tier. It was $4,000. He was asking questions about that one and wanted the KPI reports, but didn't like the recurring. So that makes me believe that the price point there is fine, but it might be recurring that is scary. So if I dropped it down a little bit, then maybe that would be better. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not desperate for a sale. I'm not, it's not like I can't eat tomorrow if I don't make a sale tonight, which maybe would be beneficial if that were the case in some sense. But I don't know. But nothing is going to happen unless I don't market this and sell this. And I just, maybe it's a limiting belief. Maybe it's something I'm doing wrong. Maybe I'll look back and say, holy shit, what a dumbass, I did that so backwards. But, like I said, I'm glad in some sense that Andrew didn't buy, because there is so much shit that wouldn't have been up to the standard that I would want to deliver. A lot of stuff still isn't, but there's so small that I don't think it's a big deal. For a first initial sale. The thing that sucks about all this is when somebody buys this, though, they buy that version, and I'm constantly improving. So if they want another one, hopefully they buy the elite package so they always get the updates. But I need to work on conveying the value there and making sure that they understand, hey, you buy this, you don't get updates. If you buy this package, you will. It's things change, things improve. I want you to have all the updates. I can't just do it for everybody because it's so tedious, so time consuming. I'm already stressing at the fact that I have to do this for Trey and Mina as well, because there's no easy, fast way to do it. There's just not. I'm going to have to build so many custom one-off things to transfer the data, to transfer what I have now, but to keep their data alive in the new system. That's the tricky part. I can just copy paste, be done in 5 minutes. But to get all their current data and then put it into the system now and then give them that system, that's going to be a pain in my ass. So I've had a lot of doubts today because I keep thinking, is this even a good business model? Is this scalable? Is this something that I can really do long term? Is this something I can only do for 10 sales and I have to bounce because I can't do it myself? It's just, I have all these doubts and all these thoughts. And because I have all these doubts and all these thoughts, and I'm letting myself get in my way again, I'm just reflecting on everything. And I'm sitting here like, what am I really going after? What do I want to do? What am I trying to achieve? What kind of person am I trying to be? What kind of example am I trying to set? And it's just got me reflecting so deep. And it's so funny because I think this is good. I think when I'm in the midst of these things and I'm thinking these thoughts and I'm stressed and I'm feeling shitty, in some sense, I think that's where I should be, because that means I'm uncomfortable. That means I am really pushing myself to do new things. I'm pushing myself to get things done. The finish line is near, so that means a switch in what's needed, things that I have to prepare for, and it makes me uncomfortable because it's almost like I'm pushing back. There's some friction there for myself and what's to come. So, I do think maybe that's a good sign. If I'm feeling like, fuck this sucks, this blows, I'm struggling, I don't want to, what if this doesn't work? I don't know if I can't, when I'm thinking those things, I almost think that I'm doing everything right. Because if I felt, this is cake, this is nice, then I'm probably not growing, I'm probably not getting better, evolving. And I don't know. I think I'm also very impatient because all of this is on me. I do have help from Karin, but, at the end of the day, he could say, sorry, man, I, appreciate it, but I have another opportunity to see it. And that's the risk that I guess I take for giving him any kind of responsibility. Because, he could, and there'd be no hard feelings. It would suck, but I guess that's another risk a business owner takes. They give work, give workload to other people, and then they operate under that new load. And if they peace out, then that load goes back on the business owner when they've already adjusted their workload to be less or more or different or whatever. So anyway, I got to get back to recording these videos. I want to be done. I want to be done with them so bad. And then I guess I think maybe what we'll do is we'll push for you know what? God damn it. I got to get everything to train Mina. That'll take a minute as well. But it's very close to being done. If Trey gets all this and he says, I don't know why I need you anymore, then so be it, man. I'll go back to FedEx. I just got to keep moving forward. I got to push this out there. Like I've said before, one sale and I'm good for the month. So I just got to keep pushing for that. So also worst case scenario, if Trey did say peace out and I still had Mina, I'd only have to work FedEx part-time. So it's not really the end of the world. I don't really want to work it during the winter, but it's fine. But anyway, that's really all I have today. I'm not sure how many times I said or like. I was trying to be more aware of how I was speaking, and I do feel better about that. And putting extra thought into how I kind of showed up with what I'm saying today made me feel better about how today has gone, because today's been kind of shitty. And knowing that I did better on a podcast, small as, I don't know how long this podcast was. It was 14 minutes roughly. Makes you feel good. Makes you feel like I did something. Makes you feel like I did something right, and again, this is never a poor me, oh no, I can never do it. It's not that. It's just, today was shitty, and it's no one's fault but my own. But live and learn from my mistakes, keep going. And this little win I had from recording the show with combating the filler words of and like feels good. So that's it for the show. If you've been hearing the music playing in the background, sorry. I just realized it's been on my iPad. But anyway, that's the show. Thanks for listening. Talk to you there. Bye-bye.